Welcome back. Although the number of in-country cases of COVID-19 continues to increase, St. Lucia has once again been ranked at Watch Level 1 by the CDC. This means people traveling to the island are advised to practice usual precautions. The public relations manager of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority has also indicated that despite the UK's lockdown, which took effect today, the island continues to see flights being booked well past the projected lockdown date. Genevieve Gonzague tells us more.
Ministry officials continue to boast St. Lucia's success and quick response to the COVID-19 pandemic. To date, St. Lucia has recorded 106 confirmed cases of COVID-19, with 74 of these currently being active. However, there has been no deaths and only one case has been severe enough to need intensive care. The public relations manager of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, Jerry Georges, says given St. Lucia's proper management of the virus thus far, it has once again landed the country a high rating from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention.
St. Lucia has once again been placed at level 1 on the CDC's rating. Level 1 indicates low risk and that travelers should proceed observing all protocols. It also indicates that travelers from St. Lucia would not be required to quarantine upon arrival in the U.S. Indeed, we did highlight that St. Lucia was among 8 countries globally to have not required travel advisory because of the response at the time to the pandemic. However, the number of cases as of late would be of concern, and so we note and appreciate the ongoing efforts to contain any further spread of the virus. And so it is imperative that the protocols be followed to ensure a safe experience for all and to limit the spread of the virus into local communities.
Georges indicated that the lockdown in the United Kingdom has not affected the number of flights being booked from the UK.
We have also noted a trend with British travelers in that cancellations were very minimal, and those who have come have extended their stay well past the UK projected lockdown period. And though this is a very fluid situation and changes could pretty much happen overnight, we continue to be very excited for the trajectory of tourism at this time.
Georges says the Canadian market is also looking strong. The first Air Canada flight to St. Lucia is slated for November 7. Measures have been put in place to ensure the smooth running of operations at the airport while ensuring adherence to COVID-19 protocol.
It is going to be a very busy day for us with 6 flights expected to land within 30 minutes. And so there has been a significant level of strengthening of the operational logistics at the airport, and that is to ensure screening, distancing, and further reduction in the processing time. Additional taxis will also be on duty to ensure smooth operations. And that too means additional taxi drivers returning to work.
She implores returning nationals to have all documents on hand and ready before they get to the nursing stations at the airport, as this is one of the factors that impede the quick operations of the process. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
The Department of Home Affairs and National Security is alerting the citizenry that the implications of the new coronavirus pandemic may increase the cases of human trafficking globally. Claudia Mondlui of the Department of Home Affairs says St. Lucia is no exception to the crisis that confronts the world and may attract the perpetrators of the gruesome crime of sexual and labor exploitation. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
Concerns are being raised over the rise of human trafficking cases amidst the COVID-19 crisis. The initial red flag was raised by organizations such as the U.S. State Department, who in its 2020 report on human trafficking spoke on the impact of the pandemic on human rights and on vulnerable populations. Global trends have shown that dramatic increases in job losses and reduction in income, especially for tourism sector workers and many other low-wage employees, could mean the significant number of people who were already vulnerable find themselves in even more precarious circumstances. Assistant Focal Point Human Trafficking Officer within the Department of Home Affairs and National Security, Claudia Mondlui, said before the pandemic, human trafficking was well known to be difficult to detect for a number of reasons.
And the main reasons for these include that trafficking victims are often exploited in illegal sectors or unregulated sectors, such as the sex industry, domestic settings, drug trafficking and cultivation, agriculture and construction, to name a few. Also, these operations fall into the category of organized crime, which means that the perpetrators set out to hide their activities and always employ very harsh punitive measures that would deter their victims from coming forward and reporting them.
Monlui said the issue has now reached a level where it threatens the lives of more than the direct victims. She has asked society to keep an eye out for the signs and speak out.
Added to this, we have the challenge of COVID now, which means larger sections of the communities are now struggling to survive. Traffickers target and prey upon persons who are in economic hardship the most. And so we are appealing to our citizens to please keep your guard up at all times, particularly when it comes to moving to a foreign country and perhaps not being able to speak the language or understand the language, and also to bear in mind that trafficking may occur right here at home.
She implored the masses to use every platform possible, including the 24-hour toll-free 847 hotline and social media, to stamp out the scourge. The authorities, she said, are always on hand to respond and intervene. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
Thank you, Rochelle. A Chinese military aircraft entered Taiwan's air defense identification zone Wednesday morning. As more warplanes enter the country with increasing frequency, concern has mounted about the welfare of St. Lucian students studying in Taiwan. Hot 7 TV spoke with the ambassador for the Republic of China on Taiwan in St. Lucia, Peter Chen, on the matter.
It's the 34th time since September 16th that a Chinese military aircraft has entered Taiwan's air defense identification zone. Wednesday morning was the most recent occurrence and has prompted Taiwan's People's Party's legislator to submit a written request to Cabinet to provide the list of government procedures in the event of changes in the military situation. The frequency of these events has sparked anxiety among St. Lucian students studying in Taiwan. Taiwan's ambassador to St. Lucia, His Excellency Peter Chen, says they have nothing to fear.
My government is maintain very close focus or concern on that issue, and also we are willing to dialogue with mainland China with our precondition, and also when they are recognize the existence of Taiwan. But at this moment, I think the people in Taiwan are perfectly safe and enjoy their daily life. So that's the same to the St. Lucian students in Taiwan, and I believe they enjoy their life.
His Excellency Chen says the lines of communication remain open with St. Lucian students studying in Taiwan. He believes they are in good hands.
When they are about to depart to Taiwan, my embassy facilitates all the procedures. But when they arrive in Taiwan, our university will take good care of them. And you know, Taiwan is very hospitable, and Taiwan's university are all quite professional in this part. So I don't think they will encounter any problem. And especially St. Lucia has an embassy in Taiwan, and ambassador St. Lucia's ambassador in Taiwan also quite hard-working person, and I think they will take very good care of all St. Lucian students. And in case they have any problem, my office will always be a bridge for them to connect them with the people here or with the government, or with the St. Lucian government.
Taiwan's cabinet has since written back to the TPP's legislator, stating that in addition to strengthening the preparedness of the nation's military, the government will also raise people's basic understanding of emergency evacuation and rescue protocols. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
Stay with us. There's more news after the break.